one of the other recipes we are going to make today is calling it Mom's Taco Dip. So this is a recipe that my mom has made many times. It's been a little while since she's made it, but it is a great appetizer recipe. If you're going to be going to any 4th of July parties, anything throughout the summer, whether it's family reunion, whatever get together you're going for, or just, you know, a Saturday, Sunday afternoon and you want something to snack on, this is a perfect dip to do that. So we're going to go ahead and make it. I am already browning a pound of hamburger right now. We're going to get that browned, and then we're going to add in our onion as well as our taco seasoning and some taco sauce. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, so we've got the burger browned and we've also drained the fat off of it. I went ahead and I added some onion and a packet of taco seasoning and then about a cup of water. We're kind of cutting this recipe in half. Typically it would call for about 2 cups of water. It does just call for 1 pound of ground beef, but we're gonna make a slightly smaller serving today. And then I've added in a little bit of taco sauce. Typically, again, we don't have great measurements on some of these family recipes. I think it does call for about 1 jar of sauce. We're definitely not using that much today. I think we've got plenty of seasoning and sauce in here as it is. It is very runny. All right, so we're just gonna let that sit for a few minutes. It's on low cooking. Just kind of gonna let it combine a little bit more, and then we will take it off heat. All right, so we're gonna use a half sheet pan today to put our dip into. You can kind of use anything you want, whether it's like a round pizza pan situation or like a platter, I guess would probably be like the best way for it. You're gonna make this fairly thin. Each layer is gonna be fairly thin for the most part. So wherever you can get the most flat surface area is probably gonna be like your best bet. So today we're gonna use this. We're gonna fill it up. We may have some extras that we might just save, but for today's sake, we're not gonna make like a huge big recipe today. So gonna go ahead and we got the refried beans here. So we are going to get them out onto the pan. Try not to get too much of the liquid out of here. You could also make this with black beans, sometimes for a little bit of a healthier option. I like to just take a can of black beans and mash them up and maybe put like a little bit of taco seasoning in with them. So that's also an option if you would like to do that. All right, and we're just going to, they might not look the prettiest, but they will taste good. So just try to smooth it out the best that you can. This original recipe actually calls for 2 cans of beans, but like I said, today we are only doing about half the recipe. After we've browned our hamburger and added all of our additions to it, we're gonna let it chill in the refrigerator, or at least like let it cool out in the pan. I ended up sticking this in the freezer just for time's sake today, just to let it cool down a little bit. So we are going to put it over our beans now. It'll help too if you really get your ground burger really broken up when you're browning it. Sometimes that's easier to do. Sometimes it's not as easy, so you might just have a little bit bigger chunks of hamburger at times in your dip, and that's okay. All right, so I think that's pretty good. We have a little bit left. We're just gonna set it aside. And then next thing I'm gonna do is I've got some shredded lettuce here, and I'm just gonna add that. Whether it's shredded or chopped lettuce, honestly, just personal preference. Use whatever you want to use. So that's pretty good. We probably could use a little bit more, but we're making a much smaller serving than what we would typically be making, so that is okay. And then I've got some shredded cheese over here. Again, we're varying a little bit off of the original recipe. This is some extra sharp cheddar, and I went ahead and put it in the food processor to shred it up. Makes much quicker work of a block of cheese. I don't know about you, but me and the grater are not always friends, and I've definitely almost lost my thumb a few times, so it happens. So that's pretty good. You could definitely add in a little bit more. And then we're gonna add some sour cream. I'm gonna end up using this, I think, newer container here of sour cream. Might make my job a little bit easier to spread it on there. You could also do this and probably put the sour cream down first, or just drizzling it on like it is now is fine. Okay. It's a pretty good layer. All right. And then I've got a few cherry tomatoes here. All right, so we're adding on our tomatoes. Another good thing to add to this could be some black olives. If you like black olives, that would also be a great addition to this. All right, so here we've had it. It's nothing super fancy. Like I said, we made about a half of a batch of dip. So as you can see, this would make quite a bit. So this is like perfect for a few people. I'm gonna get some chips. All right, let's see. It's delicious. The flavor of the beans combined with your taco flavored burger, your sour cream, lettuce, it all just melds so well together, and it's just a perfect little appetizer, snack. I mean, honestly, this could be lunch for today if we hadn't already stuffed ourselves previously. But 10 out of 10, definitely recommend for your next get together. We're gonna eat on this a little bit, and I hope you enjoyed all the recipes we made today. Again, everything's gonna be linked below. So yeah, thanks for coming to my rural kitchen.